a sample flyer on the next page with the little Jefferson Awards logo, first tee, and our pig, which is our logo.
Before you did, how easy was it to create the flyer, and what thinking goes into it?
Well, it was actually harder than I thought because, you know, to think of powerful words to put in it, it's more difficult than you think. So it was, but after I did it, it seemed like a really powerful idea, and I thought it would influence a lot of people to support it. Okay. And on the next page, you have the newspaper article that was written about me in the newspaper. Yeah, I called the local newspaper reporter named Brad Myers and see if he would write an article about my project. So he did, and it turned out to be a big success because like half the people at the fundraiser actually recognized me from this picture in the newspaper.
See, one of the lessons of the article is once you get started, good things happen. Joe's first presentation was not good, but that's the learning curve. Now he goes to the next pro, and the next pro gets all excited. So if you don't start, you don't run into the guy who gets all excited. And the guy who gets excited said, this is great. Kids should help the first tee. Instead of adults helping golf, let's get kids. And he said, here's what I'm going to do. And he comes up with an auction. He says, here are 8 names to call. And then Joe, on a learning curve, started out being purple with his first thing. Now he's on the telephone, which is the hardest way to market. It's the toughest skill, and he's dialing all these adults and professionals all around the state of Delaware. I'm doing this, I got an auction, and will you participate? And then he sees in the newspaper, this reporter wrote an article about a young person who's at the University of Delaware winning the Delaware Open. And it was clear the reporter liked young kids in golf. So Joe picks up the phone and says, it seems you like young kids in golf. And then this happens. Go ahead.
All right. And then on the final page, you have pretty much the basic steps that one would take to do this project in a different state.
And then what's the last page? Oh, the last page got lost. We just found out on Monday, Joe just found out on Monday that Mr. Barrow, who runs the first tee, is a stick in the mud. We thought it would be a natural. That here's a kid out of nowhere wants to encourage other kids to play golf and learn character and help underprivileged kids. And what a wonderful thing for the first tee to work with Joe and bring this across the country. After lots of sort of roadblocks, and we get the meeting set up, and then, no, he's not interested. And it's not that I'm canceling the meeting, it's there will be no more meeting. I'm uninterested. That's interesting. So, your last page, which we Xeroxed and left off, what is it?
It's about going international. The first tee has locations in, I believe, Montreal, Ireland, the UK, Singapore, and I think New Zealand, I'm not sure. But I'm hoping to eventually get all those locations associated with Pennies For Putts as well.
All right, so the bottom line, the simple tool of the Jeffs Awards is attitude. Start with a big concept, because in your sense, if you have a big concept, it motivates others to join. And then have the attitude, yes I can, and then you put it in the rocket. So here's the vision, which will motivate other people. Here's the statement of purpose. We're going to do this actual golf tour, break it into the 4 steps, create the fly. I forget what exactly they are, but you create the flyers, you create the way to give, you get the first course, you get a team of kids, and then the bottom line is get started. And then in terms of imagination, it takes no more energy to think big than it does to think small. And that's what implied in your stuff. Why not think big? And so here's Joe, age 13, starts off being purple. Now he's on the telephone talking to all these other pros and adults all around the state and the newspaper. And he gets the Delaware Open champion to donate a round of golf, which goes for $1,000. And the University of Delaware is all excited, and they're helping. And now he's going to get on the phone and get other chapters. And now he says, why not go international? Round of applause for Joe.